take a trip back to the past to see one of the most formative experiences in the life of the God of Thunder. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Thor issue number 7 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, we get a little monologue from Thor talking about his relationship to his father Odin and how it's never exactly been great. Odin's always been a guy taken with his own work, a little obsessive, not very lovey-dovey, but probably the darkest chapter of this father-son relationship was during Thor's early years. You see, he was basically steering clear of his father entirely and hanging out on Earth, drinking with the Vikings, getting into war, slaying monsters, good old-fashioned adventuring stuff. This pissed Odin off to no end, because he felt that his favorite son was pretty much blowing off all responsibilities from the realm eternal to hang out with a bunch of Earth people. This leads to a massive argument between Thor and Odin, one that is overheard by Loki, the god of mischief. He says that if his father should give him his blessing, he knows just the way to get Thor to forsake Earth. Loki says that the ultimate way to slew Thor is not with a sword, not with a spear, but with something far more devastating, and that is love. You see, Loki uses his power to get one of Thor's flying goats to go off course and crash on a giant battlefield wherein two Viking tribes are going to war with one another. One of the sides in this conflict are led by, get this, Erica the Red, a proud warrior woman Viking who Thor falls head over heels with almost instantly. And I mean, really, who wouldn't just look at her? The funny thing is that Erica actually wants nothing to do with Thor, saying that too many Vikings have gone weak and soft waiting for their gods to solve their problems, and that she would rather solve her problems herself with sword and axe in hand. To impress this lady, Thor has to go all out and slay a troll in one solid strike. And I mean, hey, that's just how Thor flirts. How's the rest of the relationship gonna go? Well, really good actually. They kiss for the first time and the God of Thunder says that she tastes of dirt, blood, and fire, basically all of Midgard personified into one person. Their love would run hot and heavy for many years, which ticked Odin off to no end. Loki promised that he would forsake Earth, but now he's spending even more time on Earth to be close to his lady love as they drink, screw, and perhaps more importantly, grow as people. You see, Erica never actually asked Thor about his life as a god. In fact, she only ever wanted to show Thor all the stuff that was great about Midgard and being human. In fact, we discover Erica is actually the one who taught Thor to sail a boat. That's pretty cool now, isn't it? Loki says that the final phase of his plan will involve a war amongst the cosmos, and luckily when you're dealing with the Asgardian gods, war is always close to follow. The Dark Elves start acting a fool, which means Odin calls back all of his wayward children so they can mount an offensive force. Thor swears to Erica that he'll return, and he does, but here's the problem. Time moves a little different when you're an immortal god. A battle with the Dark Elves took about 40 human years. So by the time Thor actually returns to Midgard, his lady love is dead. Not only that, but she's been long dead for a long time. Now Loki and Odin hope that this tragedy will be the final nail in the coffin of Thor's obsession with Midgard, that this heartbreak will force him to never to return lest be reminded of the woman he loved. Only it all ends up blowing up in their face because this situation only proves to Thor everything that Erica was trying to tell him. Life on Midgard is beautiful because it's short, because it's fleeting, and because the people there do everything they can to wring every bit of joy and happiness out of every day, knowing that it could easily be their last. As the comic winds down, it's further implied that this love of mankind that was imparted onto Thor, due in part by the actions of Erica, were in the long run what got him to be worthy in the first place to wield the hammer. And so that was Thor issue number 7, everybody, and overall this was a nice little one and done story. I'm happy that almost 6 years later into Jason Aaron's Thor run, he doesn't forget that this whole thing started as a 3-tiered story of Thor throughout the ages. And by checking in on the adventures of old King Thor or young Viking Thor, we really start to see a bigger, more three-dimensional picture be formed of Thor, the God of Thunder himself. Unlike other Marvel superheroes, Thor's life, his character journey is a tapestry that's been stitched over thousands of years. And here Aaron fills in a pretty interesting blank, and that is first true love. I can also appreciate the very mature ultimate message of this story, and that is, hey, don't get too hung up on your first loves. The best thing about them is that they're the first of many. Overall, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. Real solid little one and done.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not take a look at some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to date on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're in the market for some cheap comic books, might I recommend Book Depository? They're my favorite place to get cheap comic book trades, and if you use my link down in the description, not only will you save a bundle by not having to pay a cent for shipping, but everything you do buy goes to support me in the channel. So you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'm going to continue making comic book videos that smack of greatness. Bye-bye.